three basic approaches to yoga, or three basic practices of yoga, three categories: Hatha Yoga, Tantra Yoga, and Bhakti Yoga. The Namaste ji,
Namaste.
such a pleasant surprise.
It's my pleasure.
Yes, I heard Prasad is in India. Very nice. Okay, so the in these three approaches, each of them are incomplete by themselves. Hatha Yoga is incomplete, Tantra Yoga is incomplete, and Bhakti Yoga is incomplete. And that is the reason, and this comes from very ancient tradition, going more than 5,000 years back. So that is why Patanjali Muni, he took all these together and he developed the principles of yoga. And what was the problem with Hatha Yoga? Hatha Yoga focuses so much on the physical purification of the nadis that people get into this physical culture business, right? And whereas on the other hand, the real purpose of yoga is the higher cosmic realization. Now on the other hand, when it comes to Tantra Yoga, am I loud enough for you?
Yeah.
Okay. In the case of Tantra Yoga, it is all about vibrational cleansing. We are all vibrational beings. You know, the food we eat, the twitches you get when you have allergies or something, it is all vibration that is causing it. So it is the same vibration that our cell phones use to communicate with your cell phone, the airwaves and all of that. So vibration is the basis of electromagnetism, right? This thing. So that is the way in which we all operate. And so once you can tune into that, you can go beyond the body. And that ability to go beyond the body is the place where people get very, very fascinated about. But then what happens is when you go beyond the body, there is a problem there too. People who can go beyond the body think they are very great and things like that. And they lose the realization that everybody in this, including the grasses, the trees, and every one of us, is part of the divine play in order to fulfill the purpose of the divinity. And that is what we call as the cosmic flow. The word we use for the cosmic flow is Rita. And you know, from Maharashtra, they all know what it means, right? The name Rita is this thing very common in Maharashtra. And from the Rita comes the Rishi. And from that comes Ritu. You see, Ritu is the season that follows. How is Rishi connected to Rita? Anybody tell me? Okay. You see, what happens is, each one of us is a bundle of programs. And any vibration that is there, are there any, I think there may be the kind of, any industrial engineers over here? No. You work at? Mechanical. You understand the concept of harmonic vibrations?
Yeah.
Exactly. So what happens is, when each of us, we are running a program, we are creating a certain vibration. If you can find the equal and opposite vibration, that is the harmonic vibration, it silences everything, right? And so when it silences, it connects you up into the cosmic awareness. So the one vibration, which is the harmonic vibration, is your Rik, that is personal to each person. And once you connect into the harmonic vibration about this thing, then it will lift you up and you become aware beyond the body. You can connect into the Rita. So when you connect into the Rita, you become a Rishi, right? So all the root words are all correlated with each other. So the Rishi is a person who has connected into the cosmic flow and can understand it, is a Rishi, right? So so in Tantra Yoga, when people become Rishis, you have heard the story of Durvasa Maharshi, right? He gets angry at everything, he is giving this thing. And how many of you know the story from Bhagavata Puran, where Ambarish Maharaja, he goes and, right? How many of you know the story of Ambarish Maharaj? All of you know, right? Okay. So the thing is, many of you know. So this is a story where this man thinks he can, as a rishi, do whatever he wants, and then he learns his lesson, right? So the thing is, you see, this idea of understanding that when you go beyond the body, you think you can whatever you want, you think you are great. That is completely wrong. And this is where Patanjali Muni makes it very clear. No matter how much you reach high, you are only one other being who is part of the cosmic play. Okay? And so he makes the point that only, if you lose the sense of me or I, only then you will reach the highest. So this is the problem of Tantra. So this man, Durvasa Maharishi, was a Tantra. Many of you have heard of the story of Vishwamitra, who tried to send Trishanku to heaven, right? And there too, the thing is, you see, he thought he can do whatever he wants. He cannot. And so this is the understanding we have, that Tantra Yoga has its own problem. The third side, the next aspect is the Bhakti Yoga. When people get into Bhakti Yoga, they think my God is bigger than your God, right? So the thing is, you see, that too is also a problem. So the thing is, Patanjali Muni brought all of them together, Bhakti Yoga, Tantra Yoga and Hatha Yoga, and he basically said, what are the principles by which you can do them correct? The key principle of Hatha Yoga is, or the key principle of any yoga is, you want to stimulate the communication so that you can communicate beyond and understand the purpose of your life. And by fulfilling the purpose of your life, you help to support the cosmic flow. We use the word dharma. What is the meaning of dharma? The dha comes from the root word dharan, right? Dharma means that which supports the rita, the cosmic flow. And so each one of us have your swadharma, your dharma that you have to do, right? And so how do you know what is your swadharma? Well, nature has a way of presenting whatever you have to do right in front of you. But on the other hand, if you can connect into the cosmos, you will intuitively know what to do. And many of you who are open enough, then in which case you will see you'll see something in front, you'll feel, okay, I should do this. Or for no reason you say, no, I don't want to go there. So the inner sense is guiding you. So this is the idea of these, the three approaches. The integrative understanding of it, you need to get it into your intent and communication within it. That is the whole point. When is communication violated? All our mobile phones, if there is a jammer, right, then it won't work, right? So the thing is, what happens? Anytime we have intensity, it will jam the system. So what happens is, when in Hatha Yoga, if you do it, whatever you do, it has to be done with supreme ease. You see, in the Yoga Sutra, with respect to asana, it is said, Prayatna Shaitilya Ananta Samapatibhya. So it has to be done with very little effort, with ability to get fully engrossed within it. So if you find you're putting too much effort, then in which case you have lost the yoga in Hatha. How many people understand this? They somehow think if you do more, the exercise culture has taken over when it comes to the Hatha Yoga. Yoga is not exercise. It is subtle stimulation. I was mentioning yesterday that, if you can only bend so much, just by bending so much, you're stimulating the nadi. But somebody who is very flexible, if they go all the way down, they need that to stimulate it more. It is all within individual capacity. So, in any case, now that you understand the principles of yoga, let's do something before we go to the next step. Why don't you give us some Nadi Yoga? Just close your eyes and listen. Come.
Bhavayami Gopala Balam Manasevitam Tatpadam Chintayeyam Sada Bhavayami Gopala गोपालबालं मनसेवितं तत्पदं चिन्तयेयं सदा कटिघटितमेखला खचितमणिघण्टिका कटिघटितमेखला खचितमणिघण्टिका पटलनिनदेन दिभ्राजमानम् कुटिलपदघटित संकुलसिञ्जितेन तं कुटिलपदघटित संकुलसिञ्जितेन तं चटुलनटना समुज्ज्वलविलासं भावयामि गोपालबालं मनसेवितं तत्पदं चिन्तयेयं सदा.
So now, what we will do is, I want each one of you to learn to understand our vibration within. Now, you all know if you go to an Ayurvedic physician, they will take 3 fingers and put it like that, right? Now, the essence of yoga is to understand your Swadharma. How do you know you are in sync with your Swadharma? The way to measure is, if you put 3 fingers and measure like this, if you press lightly, you will feel the pulse in 1 or more of the 3 fingers. If you press very tight, you will feel it changes. So, in Ayurveda, we say, if you press lightly with equal pressure on the 3 fingers, then that is what you have become. We call it as Vikriti. When you press tight as you can, if you put it very tight, you won't feel any pulse. But just with the slightest release from the tightness, what you feel is the Prakriti, that is your true nature. When your Prakriti and Vikriti are the same, you are in perfect sync, your dharma is flowing very well, and that is the goal of yoga. And that is the goal of healing. Okay? So what happens is, each one of you can check for yourself what it is looking like. Take your left hand, go to the right hand, and bring a hand from below. The middle finger is a little longer, so bend it a little so that all 3 are in perfect line. And then press like this, yes, and press it gently so that you feel the pulse, very lightly. All of you can feel it, okay? Some of you will be feeling in your middle finger, some in the finger close to the wrist, the others feeling close to away from the wrist, right? How many people feel close to the wrist, the finger? Raise your hand. Okay, very nice. How many people feel in the middle finger? Okay, very nice. Anybody feel in the finger that is farthest away from the? Very nice. Okay. So the one which is farthest away is called Kapha. The one which is in the middle is called Pitta. Most of you were there. And the one which was closest to the wrist is called Vata. What are these 3? You see, people will talk about, if you go for an Ayurvedic lecture, they will tell you in deep details about the correlation Vata with air, Pitta with fire, and Kapha with water and earth, the phlegm kind of thing. But in any case, the key part is, we don't need to go over that, because then we'll divert a longer lecture and doesn't help very much. Essentially, it talks about our orientation. Vata means mind is going everywhere. Okay? So your mind is going everywhere. Now, on the other hand, Kapha means completely stable. Whatever comes, let it come. And Pitta means one that is looking for, orderly, that things are all set in place. So obviously, those of you who are organizing, you're all pitta over here, getting things organized, right? So these three are essentially mental in nature, or your orientation. However, what happens is, if you go into a discussion in Ayurveda, they will also talk about physical dimensionalities, the kind of food you eat, or oil that will happen, is good for you, all of these things. Those are all extensions. The primary element of it is the outlook or nature. So that is where each one of you is in. Now take the same three fingers and then press as tight as you can. If you press as tight as you can, you may not feel any pulse, but just release it to the degree with as much tightness as possible to feel the first pulse. And which finger do you feel? Now, how many of you felt in the exactly same place where you felt the light touch? Okay, yes? Where was it? Middle?
No, actually it will be middle and the first one. I can.
Okay. When you say first, away from the wrist or closer to the wrist? Closer to the wrist. For you?
For me, almost all three.
Almost all three. Oh. So you see, when there are different terms used, all three means, they call it as tridoshik. All three of them are in balance, this thing. But if it is, each one, there are various combinations of it. How was yours?
Same, like away from the wrist, second and third.
Okay. But when you pressed it lightly, it was only the third?
When I pressed it lightly,
Okay. So what happens is, it is basically what you will find is, nobody is a true one of the three fingers. You'll find they are a combination of the two. You'll feel in two places. That's okay. That is your nature. So what happens is, when we do yoga correctly, that means we are completely pacified. You should find this will begin to change. By the way, the thing is basically, when we are working, I asked all of you to take the left hand under your right hand and look at your right hand, right? The right hand and left hand have different meaning. For various reasons, you see, the Ayurveda concepts in India have become corrupted from the ancient Ayurveda. What they will do is, in India, for men they will measure the right hand, and for women they will measure the left hand. And essentially it is based upon a mistaken understanding. The right hand is the maintenance system, how you are. The left hand is the adaptive system. So all the gender exploitations and things in India has resulted that women are expected to adapt to men. So the thing is, they have screwed up the left and right. Okay, so we don't want to go there, this thing. So when you are looking to see how you are in your maintenance zone, it is the right one that you want to look at. But the thing is, basically, your long-term changes will always be in the left hand. The left hand is the key that we want to change. That what will give you perfect harmony. Okay, the same thing. By the way, if you press tight in the left hand, you will feel exactly the same as you felt in the right hand. Whereas if you press it loose, it may be different from the right hand. Okay, the prakriti will be the same in both hands, but the vikriti may be different. Okay? So anyway, so much to monitor yourself. This is a way to monitor yourself, how much in sync you are with yourself. Okay? So now, let's begin with a little bit of practice. Today I think we have enough time, right? No, what time do we need to finish? It's coming to 7 o'clock?
There is no.
Who is the, you are the resident. So can we go till 9:30?
It should be fine.
Sure? Okay. So essentially I have all the time, so we can take as long as you want. Clinic appointment today is only after 12 o'clock. Okay, so I have all the time.
If people want to leave in the middle, can they leave?
Of course. Who needs to leave in a hurry, so that we'll put a point of closure? So anybody wants to leave before 9 o'clock? You want to leave before 9. What time do you want to leave? 8 o'clock? 8:30? Who wants to leave? You want to leave? What time? 8:15? 8:15. So what we'll do is, we'll come to a natural, what I call a place where, from a yogic perspective, we come at a plateau at 8:15, and after that we'll continue. So those who want to leave can leave at 8:15, 8:20. That way. Okay. So let's begin. We'll begin with 3 ohms. And the reason we do ohm, I guess most of you know that, right? So we said it yesterday. The first ohm, you harmonize the body with it. Second ohm with the environment. And the third, we connect into the highest, beyond all vibrations. All right? So just close your eyes, focus within. And by the way, if any of you have trouble sitting with your spine perfectly straight, just put some lumbar support. A good way to do it is, and even for people who can, if you kind of roll up your mat from behind and just lean forward and tuck it in there, it will give you a nice lumbar support, right? Not that way. Roll it up nicely. Better? Even if you stretch your legs, it will be even nicer for you. But it will give you that ability to do it, right? Okay. So we'll begin with 3 ohms. Okay? Close your eyes. Take a deep breath in. Let's begin with our chakra vibrations that we did yesterday, and that will open up. So we focus at the perineum. The perineum is between the anus and the genital area. So literally where you're sitting, it's a point that is not touching the floor, in between the parts, right? Mentally focus over there, and we will do the sound lum. When we do the sound lum, with la, gently squeeze in and continue with and then when you feel the breath is out, you stop, release everything. Okay? So take a deep breath in. Lum. One more time. Lum. Lum.
Lum.
Bring your awareness 1 inch above that point, and this is the place behind where you urinate. So there we focus and we do the sound vom. When you do the sound va, gently squeeze in from front to back, and then continue watching over there and do the vibrations. Now those who were here yesterday, you remember I explained to you, wherever you focus, you start the vibration there, just keep watching the vibration. Even without you realizing, the vibration should rise up. Okay? If you feel it go over through the top of the head, then in which case it is completely open and cleared up. Today, for whatever reason, yesterday, remember, we did that lum many times. Today, for whatever reason, it's open for all of you. Maybe Brinda's beautiful song opened up everyone. Okay, so now let's do VAM together. Take a deep breath in. VAM. One more time. VAM. Last time. Now we bring our awareness behind the navel. There we do Ram. As we do Ram, feel this, compress backward. And feel and keep the focus there and just watch. Take a deep breath. Ram. 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 One last time. Now we come in between the breasts and the middle of the body, right in the middle of your breast. And there we do the sound yum. Take a deep breath in. Yum.
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 Now bring the awareness to the throat, and we are going to do the sound hum. Take a deep breath in. Hum.
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 Hum. Hum.
Hum.
Hum.
Now we bring our awareness to the middle of the head. As we said yesterday, if you bring your fingers to the edge of your eyes and take it straight where it hits the ear and the two fingers are pointing, that is the middle of the head. Another way is the back upper part of the mouth behind the bridge of the nose is the place where you are focused. So now we are going to do the sound chum over there. Take a deep breath in. Chum.
Chum. Chum.
Continue.
Chum.
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 Chum. Chum.
Chum.
One more time.
Chum. Chum.
Continue. Chum.
Chum.
That is good. Now bring the awareness to the top of the head, and here we do the sound Om. Take a deep breath. One last time. Now, keep your focus on your throat and observe how the throat feels. Now, after observing how the throat feels, make a very happy face with a big smile. Observe the slight stretch in the throat. How many of you don't feel the stretch? Raise your hand. Everybody feels the stretch in the throat. Keeping the focus on the stretch. Breathe in a very slow, comfortable, peaceful way. No mudras. Don't keep any mudras. Okay? Just open. You can keep one palm over the other, whatever. Okay? Now, slow breathing. Inhale slowly with the focus on the throat that is stretched, and feel like the breath is rubbing on your throat. There is a little suction kind of a feeling there. But remember, no strain at all. Easy. No effort at all. the breath at the throat like a little suction. Some of you, if you do it right, you will feel intensity in the head after a while. And some of you are doing it right, some of you are not. Keep your finger in the throat. Now when you Anybody feel any intensity in the head? You do. Little bit. Okay, good. Yes. Keep the eyes closed. You feel it too, right? Keep the eyes closed. If you feel intensity in the head, keep the eyes closed and stop doing the breath. And just watch. Just be an observer with it. Only if you feel the intensity in the head, stop. Otherwise, continue that breathing. Now everybody can stop and just again bring your left hand under your right hand and feel how the light touch feels. Do you feel the light touch is closer towards the tight touch? The Vikriti being closer to Prakriti, or is it the same as before?
Closer.
Closer, feel it?
Yeah.
So this is how we are bringing ourselves. If you look at the left hand, it won't adjust as fast. The right hand will adjust fast, but if you keep on practicing, left will also adjust. Okay? This is how you measure your yoga is working for you or not. Okay? Okay. Now let's go on to the next practice, and we will do gentle stimulation of energy. Actually, no, we'll skip on. We'll go straight to the spinal alignment. Okay? So, time now is 7:27. So that's good. So from this, as you're sitting up straight, look straight forward. We will do the eye exercises. Looking straight forward, slowly roll the eye upward and slowly roll the eye downward. Up, down, 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 up, down. One last time. Up, down. Now, come back to the straight position. Gently roll the eye to the left and slowly to the right. To the left and right. Continue doing your own speed while I talk and tell you why you're doing this and how it helps. If any of you have young children, and after watching all this video games, computer screen, this phone and all of this, they are developing eyesight problems, teach them this exercise and they will be able to get over it. This loosens the muscles around the eyes, and that is a significant cause of problem for most young people who develop short-sightedness. In fact, even older people can recover. There are two exercises in yoga which can restore most of the vision problems for which people people wear glasses. You can get rid of your glasses with this exercise, but the only problem is if you keep using your glasses, the eyes will never adjust. So once you have started wearing glasses, it's very difficult. But if you are having eyesight problem, before getting glasses, do this practice. You will be able to restore your eyesight. This is one practice. There is another practice called Trataka. So Trataka and this together will take care of almost 90% of eye-related deficiencies. Back to the central position. Now look up to the left and down to the right. Up to the left, down to the right. Keep going up and down. Okay, come back to the starting position. Now look up to the right, down to the left. Okay, now come back to the central position. Now we are going to roll our eyes. So from the starting position, bring your gaze downward and then slowly look to the left, up, rotate rightward, come down again, and continue rolling the eyes in that direction, clockwise direction. Those of you who may have some eyesight problems, if you feel while you're going around in circle, there is some place where it is jerking, that is the place where the muscles are tight, and that is why sometimes you lose perfect vision. Okay, now let's go the opposite direction, anti-clockwise. Each of these cycles should be done 20 times each. Right now we don't worry. Now look straight forward, close your eyes, open your eyes. Close your eyes, open your eyes. Close, open, continue. Now close your eyes tight, count 1, 2, release. Close the eyes tight, 1, 2, release. Close your eyes tight, 1, 2, release. Continue. Anybody who has dry eye problem, this holding tight will begin to moisten the eyes. Oh, now flutter the eye. Now rub the palm of your hands rapidly. Feel the warmth in the palm of the hand and place it like a cup over the eyes and feel the warmth. Now gently move the palms over the temples of the forehead and then take it above the head on the two lobes of the brain. Bring one palm behind the head, the other over the forehead. Then slide it down. Don't lift the hand. Slide it down over the ears, over the cheeks. Bring it down. One hand in front of the neck, other behind the neck. The two sides of the neck. Rub your hand down the front of the body. Take it behind. Coming over the buttocks, the thighs, the knees, all the way down to the feet. And bring it and rest it in your abdominal area and up to the chest. Bring it down. Now, take a deep breath in, and as you exhale, tilt your head in a way to bring their ear towards the shoulder. Inhale, come back up, exhale the other. Keep the body loose. So if the body swings a little, no problem. Madhurima, neck needs to bend. Yeah, it's not swinging, right? Do it with breath. Manishaji, please do it slowly. No jerky, quick movement. Exhale, you come to your shoulder, inhale, back to the position, exhale the other. Now, from the starting position, inhale, exhale, turn the head to one side over the shoulder, inhale, come back. Exhale the other side, inhale, come back.